Noisy Pixel.
I've always enjoyed isometric action RPGs akin to those found in the Diablo franchise, and I've played a good variety of them over the years. There's something addicting about games such as Path of Exile, Magicka, and of course Diablo that always has me losing track of time and playing into the late hours of the night. Now, to both my detriment and enjoyment, Perfect World Entertainment has brought Torchlight 2 onto the Nintendo Switch, and while I'm glad that one of my favorite games in the genre now has a solid mobile port, I'm worried about the amount of sleep I'm going to lose as I hunt for loot and fight waves of monsters. I'm Brian Lee, and this is Noisy Pixel's review for Torchlight 2 on the Nintendo Switch. For those unfamiliar with Torchlight 2, the game is an isometric hack-and-slash RPG that features randomly generated dungeons filled with various monsters and bosses. Players must slay enemies as they complete quests, level up their character, and search for copious amounts of epic loot. Torchlight 2 is a direct sequel to the first Torchlight game, and keeps many of the same elements of the first game while adding some additional features, the main one being multiplayer. The Torchlight series draws heavily from the older and more well-known Diablo series of games, but the difference in tone, art style, and character customization, as well as the addition of mechanics such as pets, is enough to give Torchlight its own identity and make it its own thing. The Nintendo Switch port of the game is well done, and I really enjoyed the added portability of having the game be on the Switch. Since there's a lot of content to be explored in these types of games, I think it's nice that you can pick up and put down the game at your own leisure. Instead of having to be in front of a PC or TV to play the game, you can play on the go, and the whole thing is really great for those periods where you need to kill some time between other obligations. For those like me who have no self-control, there's also the added bonus of being able to play the game for longer periods of time. Since the game can be played entirely offline, you never have to put the game down and can take the game with you anywhere. Torchlight 2 for the Nintendo Switch plays great for the most part. The UI design for the Switch version of the game is very unobtrusive and everything feels very clean and responsive. I think navigating the item skills and stats menu is very intuitive and uses the Switch controls well. However, during my time with the game, descriptions for the items and stats had a minor bug where the descriptions sometimes didn't match the object I was hovering over. For example, when hovering over the strength stat, it would sometimes give me the dexterity description. The dev team is aware of these issues and they'll hopefully be patched out soon. Other than that, the interface for the Nintendo Switch is very clean and it makes it easy to dive right into playing the game. One particular thing that I was surprised by and disappointed with was the fact that the game does not offer local co-op play on the same device. While there is multiplayer, you are limited to playing either online or via local multiplayer, with each player being required to have their own device and copy of the game. I think this was a huge missed opportunity, especially since Diablo 3 is also on the Nintendo Switch, and that allows for you to play on the same device via multiple Joy-Con controllers. A big draw for Torchlight 2 was that it finally added multiplayer to the series, and it's a shame to see that it wasn't taken to the next level of having couch co-op for the console. Overall, Torchlight 2 is still as fun as ever, and the added benefit of the game being on a portable device such as the Nintendo Switch is a huge win. The game was worth checking out before, and it most certainly is worth checking out now, especially for console owners who haven't had the pleasure of playing the game yet. While the game currently has some minor bugs and a lack of local couch co-op, I highly recommend any Nintendo Switch owner to consider adding this one to their collection. Noisy Pixel is giving Torchlight 2 for the Nintendo Switch an 8.5 out of 10. As always, thank you for listening to the review. Be sure to check out noisypixel.net for more great gaming content.